This is the city, Los Angeles, California. That's where we are for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today on to Week 15 in the NFL, and we've got a good matchup in store, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Los Angeles Rams. Are over. It's now a 4-week sprint to the finish, and we are underway here in Week 15. And we will not have a return here to start. Thanks to the new rule, the fair catch will bring this out to the 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Gibson, and he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and attack them and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. On second down, here's Gibson again. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That good for 19 and a first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. On first down, Strong. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Strong. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Jahan Dotson was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. You talk about this Rams defense. Against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Byron Young in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, and they'll be aided by a loss of yardage on the return. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Omaha, ready, move.
On first down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground. And that to the 30. It'll be 2nd down. And the Rams had 10-3 on the year. And they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 7. Stafford. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
22!
From the gun, here's Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Johnson on the return. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change, a quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. You talk about this Rams defense against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
You know, when actors get ready for a scene, they often ask the question, what's my motivation? Well, what's the motivation?
Under pressure, and down he goes. And while all of that was going on with a sack, it appears, unfortunately, we have an injured player. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And some oohs and ahs from the crowd as he jukes his way forward for a couple of yards.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
11.
To throw is Stafford. And this incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked.
And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete pass.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Rocky started throwing the football. He's missed now on his first 4 attempts.
I'm eager to see what his demeanor is going to be from this point forward, because the best ones, they missed the first 15 attempts, and they think they're going to hit the next 15. Let's see if he has that type of an attitude.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 32 on the play. A give up the middle to Gibson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now Brissett. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. On 3rd down, Brissett. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. This is taken at the 15. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now it's Stafford. That's into the hands of Tutu Atwell. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn: find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. Stafford looks to throw again. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. Here's Ethan Evans now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Johnson to return it. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And, partner, I know so far, and we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. And he did not want to go down there as he carries tacklers for a solid gain of 9. Here's Stafford. They're going for Jefferson downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
And he's going to have the Rams first down, and comfortably so as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
And they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, LA! Bryson Hopkins, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Rams post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are. This team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big stroke like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And here comes Danny Johnson now from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
On play action, Brissett. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Aaron Donald able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. Here's Tressway now as he's on for the 5th time here today. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over.
Ready. Alert.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
From the 34-yard line, here's second down and 2. Off the fake to Akers, here's Stafford. Out to his left. And his throw here's incomplete.
He did a good job keeping his focus downfield as he rolled out of the pocket, trying to fit a pass in. But that defender nearby made sure that one didn't result in a first down.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for this with Akers. Able to power through. And he's brought down, but following a pretty juke move that gives him the first down. Stafford. Got a man, it's Higbee, complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Stafford on first down. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
Shoves it. Touchdown. Cooper Kupp from 10 yards out. And the Rams have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Man, he just ran a terrific route. Extremely hard to defend when it's run that precisely and the ball's delivered that accurately.
Marr now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. But no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. To throw, Brissett. That's out to the flat for Gibson. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
Brissett sets to throw. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Here's Tressway now. Standing right on his own 5-yard line. Taking it about the 36. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive.
21.
And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. The sack by the linebacker, Jamin Davis.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Throwing is Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in this 2nd half. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes the return. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the 1st half.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford. He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. Down the sideline he goes. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 64 yards. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Back to throw, Stafford. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
2nd and 10. To the air again, Stafford. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Well, his struggles continue. Open targets, and he keeps missing them, pressing way too much. He may have a big arm, but until he learns how to harness it and have some touch, he's going to continue to struggle.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Stafford going to give this to Akers. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. The kick by Marr is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Hey, kill. Hey, check.
On 1st and 10, Brissett. Short pass to Howard. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
From the gun, here's Brissett. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against the secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game.
Hey,
Here's Brissett. They're going for Howard, but the pass intercepted. And the return will stop right around the 25. And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having because so far in this game, this defense has not just had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps, to everything they've done. They've had an answer for everything this offense has thrown at them.
ready.
Off the option, here's Akers. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. But Darian Mathis burying him for the sack. Now Brett Maher for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 53. And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. And the lead will stay put at 17. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 10 yards there, good for a Washington first down. Straight ahead, Gibson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The all-everything defensive tackle, Aaron Donald, the one who made the play there.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 13 yards there and a Washington first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Aaron Donald, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Aaron Donald. My goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play. Back now in Los Angeles. It's Washington with the football, but trailing here as we begin quarter number 4. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Middle. Gun.
Out of the gun, Brissett. Slings this deep for McLaurin. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Go, come on, man. Pick it up.
They'll go right back to Evans here on 1st down. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
Double right.
And they'll go right back to Evans. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. And quickly they get to the line. To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
And in an afternoon where just about everything's gone right, there's an unlikely sight there. He's got a receiver all alone downfield, and he just overshoots him.
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Chase Young in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
The offense on 3rd down, it has been a disaster. 0 for 8 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. That's Samuel, caught left side. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down to just 2 scores.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. On the counter, Gibson. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. They'll run with Gibson. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. What a game this defense continues to play, huh?
Yeah, they've been aggressive from the first snap, and they've controlled this ball game. But right now, if you're on the other side of the ball, you've got to match that aggressiveness.
And he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Ryan Knoll, his first touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, Doesn't look like it's going to matter much. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
70 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Here's 1st and 10. Now Brissett. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Now he's free at the 35. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. In these lower scoring games, you know it better than anybody. Points are at such a premium, but taking care of the football is king. They play turnover-free from whistle to whistle, and they come through with a victory.
Yeah, that's what won them the game, because even doing it that way, being that clean partner, they weren't able to really run away with this